Colt McCoy can do this. Redskins fans shouldn't feel like the season is done. He's been there a long time, and they've had a lot of chances to move on from him, and they've always kept Colt McCoy in the building. The team believes in him. The coaches believe in him. His former coaches believe in him. I believe in Colt McCoy, and I still think the Redskins have a shot here.
I'd love to see it. I just don't think he's inheriting the best situation with all the injuries that they have, really on both sides of the ball and that offensive line. Adrian Peterson isn't human, but other than that, it's awesome to see guys like Maurice step up, guys like Josh Doxson taking his moment. But if you're looking at your point that they're one game ahead, the Cowboys are just one game back. That's the way I look at it. And the way they're looking right now at 5-5 with an offensive line that's all of a sudden getting healthy at the right time going into this playoff push. And you're seeing Zach Martin, who's been struggling, he's back. He's clearly healthy, which is allowing Zeke to rush for 200 yards. This is the team for me that's going to take the division.
Well, there's a reason why Colt McCoy is on the roster, to your point, and he looked good yesterday. He was trying everything he could, throwing the ball, escaping the pocket, using his legs tremendously. But I'm going to have to go with the Cowboys because Zeke Elliott is looking like a monster. And he's playing at a level where he can change the game and he can control the narrative. And I don't care if you want to say the passing game for the Cowboys is up and down. If you can run the ball with Ezekiel Elliott and he's putting up 200 yards from scrimmage and he's your best running back, playing like one of the best in the league, and also your second or third best receiver on that given day, it's perfect. And I'll take you back to the moments I played with Scott Linehan as a Minnesota Viking and as a Detroit Lion. He would say, don't panic in December. I don't want you to worry in October. But if we play well in November, December, we'll be perfectly fine. Think about it. We'll get to the end of December. These guys find themselves in the playoffs. Do we actually care what happened in September? We don't know the answer to that.
Of course not.
No. So for the simple fact that they're playing well right now, and Ezekiel Elliott, he is eating every game.
And through the air, too. They're finding more ways to get him the ball, which is awesome to see.
I like the Cowboys.
It's a super fun time for the most glamorous division of football because everybody, if you just run down the list, the Eagles, one thing to lose to the Saints, a lot of people can do that. It was still that loss to the Cowboys at home stings me, and they know better than anybody how to play down the stretch. The Redskins, look, I think the Colt McCoy thing is interesting because Alex Smith doesn't do spectacular things. It's not like someone stepping in for Cam or Deshaun Watson or Mahomes. There's not a huge drop-off, and I know he knows his ball well, and it obviously came in when he showed yesterday. The Cowboys are fascinating, too, because I want to love the Cowboys, but they could easily lose on Thursday to the Redskins, and then who comes to Jerry World the week after that? The Saints.
And they're going to come marching in.
Easily drop the next two, and then it's like, well, now we're out on the Cowboys. Here, we look at the schedule, and I love Dallas's 1-2 in a row. I think that they're running the ball, and I love it. It's everything we want from our Cowboys, and there's defense. They could easily drop 2 in a row. The Eagles, the Colts, they could fall off the net. We don't trust the Cowboys. We just like them right now.
You trust the Redskins?
I'm not saying I trust the Redskins, Kay.
So if I were to ask you who's going to win, who has a better chance of winning that division right now, it's not the Eagles, very clearly. Yeah. Is it the Cowboys or is it the Redskins? How can you possibly pick any team over a team that's running the ball,
Here's
that
what's
has
funny.
a quarterback that does it? And
how about this?
The Cowboys have the number 3
That's the Giants
defense
music.
in the league, too.
2 in a row, throwing the ball over the place. Watch out! Watch out!
Stop
There's a window.
What are they doing here?
What are the Giants?
Green Quan, Quantum Leap. You know why?
Is that Odell Beckham's music?
It's Scott Bakula's music.
Let me get this, man.
It's fun because the other teams,
you're cut off. You're cut off, Strakes.
I'm not in love with the Redskins or the Cowboys. There's neither of them. You know what I mean? So, that's why Thursday's so good because one of them has to win. I guess if I had to pick right now, I would probably say
his point, though.
Are we talking for Thursday or talking big picture division? Thursday, the Redskins could easily win that one, but I can't take if they're running the ball and they have the number 3 defense in the league. That has to be the team.
To Kyle's point, Alex Smith is such a competent, smart quarterback. So is Colt McCoy. It's not like you said Cam. It's not Mahomes or it's not Wentz. The drop-off talent level is not that crazy, and that's not taking anything away from Alex Smith. It's just that
it kind of is. Colt McCoy hasn't thrown a pass since 2015, and Alex Smith led his team to the playoffs.
They were scoring
every
16
year
points.
in Kansas City. I think it does take away from him a little bit to compare him to Colt McCoy.
Well, look, I think it's a step down. I just don't think it's a massive.
He played well yesterday.
You don't have to rebuild the offense.
Got it.
When you watch them in the second half, they didn't look like, obviously the starting quarterback got out. Colt played pretty well. It's a classic story of disrespecting Alex. Yeah. I just think it is a step down, but I think it's a manageable one.
And not to add insult to injury, Colt McCoy played better than Alex Smith yesterday. But I will say this: the Cowboys, the way they're running the ball, I don't like calling my shot. They're going to win the next 2 weeks. Yeah, I said
they're going to beat the Saints.
Yeah, that's
forget the Redskins. They're going to beat the Saints.
I made that statement so you can say that. Yes, I want to be very clear on camera. They're going to beat the Saints. I feel like Scott Linehan has a plan for the Redskins. And he has a plan for the Saints.
You get the final word here. What do you got?
Don't count out Colt McCoy.
Don't count out Colt McCoy.
What's your guy? All right.
I like it.
I had no idea until the segment started. He's my guy.